Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elite, and today we're going to be looking at what Bungie revealed during the Act 2 livestream. But quickly before we begin, I want to thank you all for the response to my last video. It's been overwhelmingly positive and is my largest video to date, so thank you for everyone who watched and commented. It means a lot to me. Now be sure to like, subscribe, and comment as it does help me out. Let's get into the video. So to kick off, let's discuss the main activity coming with Act 2, the Court of Blades. From the description, this seems to be a shorter activity in length, and similar to how the Court of Oryx functioned back in D1, just massively expanded. From the footage they showed, you go in, kill things as fast as you possibly can, and each wave, once you complete it, provides you with buffs and upgrades to make the journey easier as things progress. These upgrades seem to be very similar to the boon system that we have in the Nether activity currently. However, they seem to be larger boosts compared to what the boons provide you. There is apparently going to be 3 areas for the new activity, one being the Court of Oryx, seeming like a hub area for the activity, as well as an area on Europa, and an area on Io, interestingly, which we haven't seen Io since it was taken away before Beyond Light. They also revealed that we will be receiving the 4 missing weapons from the seasonal loot table, so that's going to be great. I'm not really sure which one's going to be the best right now, but once we get our hands on things and we play the new activities, it's going to be easy to tell, and I'll make a video once that comes out. They also touched on Barrow Dyad, the exotic SMG that we got from the new mission that came out in the second week of the episode. It will be receiving a few more catalysts during the act, as well as it will receive the final set of catalysts with Act 3 that will come soon after. There's also going to be a set of new artifact mods that focus around trace rifles. This is going to be great because with the new Guardian games coming next week, we're going to be getting a new trace rifle. I believe it's an arc trace rifle, so that will be fun. Hopefully it's good, but I'm not holding out hope because Guardian games doesn't bring anything fun. They also did discuss that there's going to be some sort of boss rush activity associated with Guardian games this time around, so that's going to be more interesting than the previous strikes that we've gotten. They also did bring up that Moments of Triumph has returned to the game and is now active in-game. I thought it was going to be active next week, but it is currently active. It brings with it a new seal, as well as your normal emblem, ghost, sparrow, and the purchasable shirt. I know I'm going to be buying mine because I bought every single one since it came out. Now, before we get to what everyone wants to talk about, I want to talk about the PvP mode that they revealed called Heavy Metal. This is essentially Titanfall versus tanks. I have no idea why Bungie is making this, but it's new content, so who can complain? Additionally, it looks kind of fun, but it's also probably going to be a bit weird. So we'll see where they land, and hopefully it's a mode that sticks around because PvP desperately needs new modes. Now, the thing that we've all been wanting to talk about and everyone has been talking about, the Rights of the Nine reveal for Act 3. With Act 3, there's going to be a new activity called Rights of the Nine. This will introduce a new social space. Along with the Emissary becoming a new vendor, there'll be multiple modes for the new dungeon updates that are coming, called Explore, which is a more explorative, that's a bit fucking obvious, it's a bit more explorative, and it will seemingly be a way for you to Sherpa yourself through new dungeons, or at least the 3 dungeons that they're going to be introducing this mode into. There also seems to be an ultimatum mode, which is more contest related and harder. Supposedly each week there'll be a new dungeon, and that dungeon will be visible in the background of the social space. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll see when Act 3 launches. There will be 12 revamped weapons, 4 from each dungeon, with updated perks, attunement, and adept variations, as well as new visuals for each gun themed around the 9. The weapons will receive a new origin trait called Gravity Well, as well as adept versions of them from the Ultimate mode, which I assume is going to be contest mode, as well as I said, a new galaxy visual effect, which is going to be 9 themed, as well as double perks, so they're going to be worth farming. The 3 dungeons in question are Prophecy, Spire of the Watcher, and Ghost of the Deep. Why Ghost of the Deep and not something like Pit of Heresy? No idea. But I really hope they change it because Ghost of the Deep is just such a bad dungeon. Now, for my personal thoughts on the reveal, I thought it was a bit more lackluster than the Act 1 reveal, but this is the middle part of the season. It's probably going to be the slower part of the season, so I expect that. Court of Blades sounds interesting, but I really want to get my hands on with it before I make an opinion about it, because I did make an opinion about the Nether and I was wrong. That being that I thought the Nether was going to be lackluster and it was actually pretty fun to play with and explore. As I said before, the PvP mode seems fairly interesting, however I don't have high hopes for it because PvP has taken a back burner in Bungie's eyes for a long time. With the addition of Trials getting a revamp recently, which was great by the way. But I'm sure we all are wondering about the dungeon activities and the update with Rights of the Nine in the Act 3 era when that comes out. I think that's going to be great and what we need more of. The exploration mode with the little nodes telling you how to do things and how things work are perfect. This is what we need. We need in-game tooltips so people can go into a lower level ceiling activity, learn it with their friends or by themselves or however they want, and be able to progress without having to look up a guide on YouTube. I know as someone who wants to make guides and help people through these kinds of activities, it's kind of contradictive, but it's a great way to get the game teaching people, because that is something Destiny lacks very strongly. It lacks any sort of teaching in the actual activities. Something like a raid probably shouldn't teach you that. That should be something someone else has to teach you or you have to figure out. But a dungeon is meant to be the introduction to raid-like activities. And them updating the weapons is amazing. We need more weapons, especially the dungeon weapons that haven't gotten an update since they introduced the adept versions of guns. They need updates. As I said before, Pit of Heresy hasn't gotten a single update since its launch as far as I can remember. So it really needs something to bring me back because I've got no point to play it. I would rather go play Shattered Throne, which is older and has less relevancy, than go and play Pit of Heresy. Now, that's everything that Bungie said. You can turn off the video now if you want to. I have a little bit of a channel update that I want to talk about quickly, but if you don't want to listen to that, that's fine. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. But let's start with the update of my personal channel. So I know I'm not a large channel, so it probably doesn't really matter too much, but I just want to say, with the response of my last video, the Warframe video versus Destiny, it really showed me that you guys do want to see a lot more content and different content. So first off, there are going to be more Warframe videos coming. I plan on doing a Warframe lore series because there were a few comments on that wanting to be a thing. And personally, I think it would be a fun idea and challenge to try and do a deep dive into each Warframe as well as the universe as a whole. I've already got the video scripted out. It's going to be a Warframe lore video about Excalibur. Unfortunately, it's taking a little bit longer because it's very hard to find lore about Excalibur. He's one of the 7 or 8 frames who don't really have a story, but I'm doing my best. As well as there's going to be other videos coming, such as Monster Hunter Wilds, which I've started playing recently and I'm going to be playing on my streams, so please do check out the streams, and I will have a video probably in the next week, maybe 2 weeks, of my thoughts of the game, as well as maybe some just general gameplay of me getting my ass handed to me. As well as I have a very big hobby in 3D printing. I have, there's a short on my channel of a helmet that I 3D printed for someone, as well as a video that I said I was going to make of making a chaplain helmet. I unfortunately forgot to record when I was building the chaplain helmet, so that's now sitting on my shelf behind me, completed. However, I have another project, which is a spear from Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm actively filming and working on, so that should be out sooner rather than later. And the last topic that I'm going to cover is some Warhammer videos. I am a massive fan of Warhammer lore and the setting, and I paint a lot of Warhammer miniatures. If you follow the link tree in my description on my channel, you'll be linked to a old Instagram page that I had that I no longer really use, that was focused around painting. That's no longer a thing because I've run out of energy and passion for that for a long time. I still do paint and I'm planning on doing videos on that, so if you would like to see that, do let me know in the comments because it will show me what you want to see. That's it for now. Thank you all for watching, stay safe, and I will see you next time. Also, quick little editor's note. The audio bumps and the bleeps and the weird interference, no idea that I don't know why that's happening. Additionally, the little dude on the screen is how I'm going to be more interactive with the viewers. Yes, it is a 40k chaplain. Yes, I'm a fucking nerd. Bully me.